Okay.
That
Little
was
too
not
deep.
necessary.
Little too deep.
A little too fishy.
So, last time, everyone had finished their business in East Haven after rigging the lottery and apprehending Cephik Caltro, who is the believed murderer of several people who had cheated lotteries previously. You dragged him all the way back to... oh no, it's been so long. All the way back to Bryn Shander. Oh my goodness. All the way back to Bryn Shander, where you took care of some more things, collected your payment. KorVot murdered Cephik in the middle of the street.
Not surprising.
And buried. And then you were on your way following a lead from the previous town, trying to catch up with a spy. I cannot read. Bradley, what is that for?
Just thought Christina should know about this.
Okay then.
Continue.
Trying to catch up to a spy who had betrayed Speaker Daneth and the entirety of East Haven. Her name is Prudence, and she was believed to have some family in Targos. So you traveled there, encountering a couple of snow golems on your way, taking them down. And when you arrived in Targos, you were greeted by a sled dog who had escaped from his harness. He led you to his owner's home, where you were all recruited by, I believe his name is Keegan. Yes, Keegan. This pretty handsome human man who said that his husband had gone missing on Kelvin's Cairn. So you traveled over towards the mountain and began climbing it, encountering the rest of the sled dogs and an avalanche along the way. And then you began making your way back up the mountain, while a few of you stayed behind just to take a breather and get some things off your mind. However, the party who was going up the mountain encountered Garret, Keegan's husband, bleeding out on this mountain passage here. You were able to stabilize him just before you heard a couple of human screams come from a little bit high above you. They seemed fairly close, and as you investigated, suddenly coming from out of the snow were these giant, white, large cats, opening their mouths. When they roar, instead of roars, it's the screams of people. And they were about to pounce down on you, so I need everybody who's on the mountain pass to roll initiative.
Alright. Is that me?
That's you, yeah, because you said you were climbing the mountain.
Right.
You've chosen this.
You chose poorly.
You chose
Indiana Jones.
You chose
poorly.
poorly.
You chose poorly.
I
need to pull up my thing.
Character
D&D
sheet.
Beyond. Yes. I rolled a 19, but I need to know what... I don't know what my initiative modifier is, so that's why I realized I had to...
Isn't it nice not to have to comb through a Google Sheet? Or a Google Doc or whatever?
Well, considering D&D Beyond is so slow at the moment, at least for me, might just be my Wi-Fi.
It's your Wi-Fi.
Dominic, do you want me to pull it up for you right now and tell you?
No, I think I got it. Please let me open it.
Dominic, you're struggling, aren't you?
I'm always struggling. Alright, 21. I might be going first, which is upsetting because
and he'll still win the shots.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll put that in the chat so you can remember things.
And the power is watching you.
Or does somebody want to play Ryan, or just take him out?
I can play one of them if you want.
Okay. I think Ryan is the only
I
one.
mean,
who
you have to play.
All Ryan's character does is shoot arrow.
That's fighter for you.
Hide behind thing.
With
shoot
the power of this
dash,
arrow.
sprint, repeat.
Yeah, he's not even going for Eldritch Knight. At least back in DIA, I would go slash with one weapon, stab with another, spell slash. I mean, spell slot, cantrip.
I can't
Yes,
view
Christina, I do
his.
have
Oh, right.
somewhat of a beard and mustache.
Yeah.
We'll just leave him out.
Ryan's not
Yeah.
coming, by the
Oh,
way. He
that's
just
thunder.
texted me. If that
Yeah,
wasn't
Ryan
obvious.
Ryan and Seamus aren't coming.
He's got
So.
private
Well,
character.
Seamus might be back, but eventually.
No, he said he's not coming back.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
After all that shit, he was like,
okay.
"Are we gonna play today? Are we?"
I joined the Discord call to him bitching.
That's okay.
Ironic.
Whatever. It's cool.
Okay. I guess that's everything. Oh, wait, did Nate? Oh, well, Nate's probably still in that.
Nate's at the, and
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
then, Nate would be at the bottom of the mountain
Nate's here.
since
Yeah,
he
he
took
is at
2
the
levels
bottom.
of exhaustion.
That's true.
Let's
Yeah. Well,
I could try playing Nate's character. Or is he here?
He's
Nate,
here.
He's
Nate,
on-
and Nate's
He's
just
at the
not
bottom.
on
He's
his.
just in the.
He's
is
literally
Yeah,
just
he's
in
at the
all
bottom
Discord?
of the mountain.
Yeah,
Okay. I
Nate
didn't
just
see-
can't
okay.
use his
I'm not looking
computer
at the
yet,
Discord
so-
thing.
Forward
That's
view.
fine.
Yeah, Nate just can't use his call yet. So
Okay,
Alright,
yeah,
let's
then
see.
up first, we do have Diego.
Oh
do
Lord.
something.
Okay. Where am I?
You're at the bottom right there with everybody else.
You're right here, Dominic. If you
Oh,
can see that red
okay.
thing spinning.
Let's see. What can I do? I'm sorry. Give me a minute. I need
Oh, wait, I lied. They have a surprise round. Sorry.
Okay.
Out of curiosity,
at-
how high
at
up
the
are
very
they?
least, I don't have to think of anything.
It's about 15-ish feet.
Good.
Thank you.
So this one's going to jump down there. How fast are these things? Okay.
Fast.
15, it can just make it there, so it's going to try and attack Anzu.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oof.
Claw attack. That's a 7. Nope, that's a miss.
Yep. That
Okay, so the thing jumps down from the little ledge it was standing on, and starts just sprinting towards you, and you avoid a narrow pounce. And then the other one is going to do something similar.
What do
down
you want this
here.
thing?
And it's going
I am.
for KorVot. You can't be surprised, KorVot, right? Because you have danger sense now, right?
We're at second level, correct?
Yeah. I believe
Oh, we're
you
at
have
second
danger
level.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I don't think I
I
can
have some
get.
stuff to fix.
You have advantage on dex saving throws against you that you can see while being blind. I think I can get. I think I can.
Okay. Then that's 16 to hit you.
Yeah, because it's just advantages on dex saves,
Okay.
and 16 does hit you see.
Gotcha.
Roll your damage.
Hit third.
Yes, sir.
Hit third.
sir.
Well, that sucks. That is 4 slashing damage. So it comes
Okay.
down and just slowly kind of comes up to you and just lashes out with a claw, catching you on your forearm.
Tickle the tip.
And we have Diego.
Alright, I'm just gonna cast Blade Ward on myself because apparently they like stabbing us with their thing. So.
All
Do I
right.
have to roll for that?
Oh, no, I don't
Can I
think
just-
so. You just have to use your turn to do it.
Yeah.
Then we have Anzu.
All right. All right. So my plan is, I'm going to. All right. So I'm going to disengage and move here.
Okay. You slowly back away from it as it kind of just stares you down with these dark, beady eyes. You're able to get away from it, and kind of retreat back towards your friends. All right. Then we have KorVot.
The thing's like right in front of me, right?
It's
So I gotta run
right,
into
right up on you.
Is it like it's double my size, correct? So I can't
Alright.
grab it.
No, I can't remember the rules on grappling.
I
feel like if it's
they
a
have to be
creature,
my size or smaller. So I don't. Think
yeah,
I
I
can.
feel like that's right. So no, I would say you can't.
Okay. Then I would just like to rage and beat it to a pulp.
Okay.
Nice.
Bonus action
There's
rage.
no. Indeed.
And
All
attack.
right. All right.
Oh, I have a level 5.
Does 13 hit?
Yeah, just barely.
Oh, okay. Fog. All right. You take. By rage bonus 2, correct? Yeah, you take 13 damage, please. Yeah, 13.
All right.
This one.
So after it catches you in your forearm, you just take out your great sword and get a good slash across the front, and you see it just open its mouth again, and the just high-pitched, shrill scream of a human being comes out of the mouth where a roar should be. Thank you very much. Then I have Jack. Of course you may. With the Crimson Right. I can't remember if Crimson Right is a bonus action or not.
Do we just roll with it since rules lawyer Ryan isn't here?
I'm pretty sure it's a bonus action.
You can say it's a bonus action. I'll look into it.
Yeah. Oh, Crimson Right. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's a bonus action. Yep. So what is your Crimson Right? I forgot. Did you choose fire? Flame. Okay, cool. And it's a 17 to hit. All right. So in the dark kind of twilight hours of Icewind Dale, you see suddenly beside you all this flaming sword. So Christian, I need to roll a d4 and you take that amount of damage. I believe that's how that works. Yeah, so you take 3. Yes. That is how that works, right?
Ah, blood hunters, destroying their enemies through self-harm.
I might be wrong.
Woo!
Bonus action. Yes, okay. Yeah, that's how that works. So you see Jack kind of slide the blade along his palm as he unsheaths it, and all of a sudden this glow comes about as the blade is engulfed in flames, and then he takes a good swing at the Cragcat in front of both him and KorVot. So 17 hits, so go ahead and roll the damage with the longsword and plus a d4 of fire damage. Yes. All right, 7. And then next up is my kitty cats.
Wait, they were last?
Yeah, I rolled so bad for initiative. All right. This one's gonna go in and chase its prey. So I'm gonna attack it.
Kidding me.
That is a. Ooh, that's 20, not natural.
Ah, That hits.
And I need you to make a strength save.
Strength save, strength. 10.
Then, unfortunately, you fail and you fall prone. The cat pounces on your back just as you're running away. And you're going to take the slashing damage, which is 7 slashing damage as
Right.
the claws come into your back and you're pushed face first into the snow. And then as a bonus action, it gets to make a bite. Which has
Gotta be kidding
damage
me.
on because you are prone. And that is 11 to hit.
I'm down. Wait,
11,
no, I'm not down.
No, is it 11 hit you?
That's 11. That misses.
Okay. So you're able to avoid
thought
the
it was
bite
11
by kind of...
damage.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So you're able to avoid the bite by kind of struggling underneath its paws. Alright, and then my other crag cat is going to go for a bite on Jack. And that is 19 to hit. I'm assuming that hits. Get a bite. That is 8 piercing damage to Jack. As the cat kind of lashes out and gets a good bite on your hand as you try to pull back from your swing. Back to the top, we have Diego.
I'm just gonna hit one of them with the sword.
A sword.
Sword.
These are creative maneuvers. I've never seen this out of you.
Oh my god, dude! I am the craziest. I guess.
The greatest player there's ever been.
18 plus a number.
I think 18 hits, Dominic.
It's 21. Does that hit?
21 does hit, yeah.
Cool. 5 damage.
5. Alright, nice. You kind of come up in between KorVot and Jack and get a good jab at it. You can see the blood kind of ruining its fur, getting soaked with this red, kind of dark red, blackish liquid. And that cat's starting to look not so great.
Christina, I'm a healer too. I'll have you know. Just like the chat.
And then I have Anzu. You are prone at the moment.
Not a very good healer, but I am.
I'm not good.
Technically. I have the ability to do so. Ever.
You're up, Jaden.
You said I'm prone, so there's nothing I can really do.
Well, you can. Prone just means you have to use half your movement to get up.
Oh.
It's not like being knocked unconscious.
Okay, so. Let's see. Alright, so. I'm going. Alright, so from underneath the cat, I'm going to try to stab at it.
All right. I'd say roll with disadvantage.
$14 hit.
That does hit, yeah. Ooh.
Alright, so that's 4 piercing damage.
All right.
Then unarmed strike at disadvantage.
Wise Master Healer.
11 misses.
11, yeah, that's a miss, unfortunately. But you're able to kind of, from underneath it, get this good stab off, and then it kind of rears back, and although the punch missed, it's a good distraction. And next up we have KorVot.
So the cat in front of us is the one that's like destroying Christina, right?
Yeah, but it is also looking pretty weak.
Okay. I'm just gonna gut it then.
All right, go for
Does 18 hit?
Yep.
Okay. Please take 13 damage again.
13 damage. How would you like to finish this cat off?
I would like to tear out its heart. I would like to cut open
Oh
its
my
chest
God.
and yank out its heart.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
So as you approach it, it kind of rears back, kind of like a bear, and then you just take the greatsword and just slash it straight down the middle. All right, so that's one gone. All right. Then you want to move or anything?
Yeah, my movement is 30. Yeah, I'll move up to just stand in front of Jaden.
Okay. Or is a kitty cat currently on him?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And then next up I have Jack. All right. You're in range. Keep in mind it's more like that. Oh, okay, that works. Yeah. So you still have your action and such. Yeah, you're within range, so if you wanted to slash at it or anything, you can. Alright, go for it. It's currently on top of Anzu. Be careful. A 6, okay. Yeah, you kind of come up and you're ready to take the slash, but you see Anzu there and you're watching the cat kind of struggle on top of him and you don't want to accidentally hit him. So then next up is my cat. And he's gonna take a bite at Anzu because he's underneath him. There's an 18 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. And that is 7 piercing damage.
And I'm down.
Okay. The kite kind of comes at your shoulder, even as you're kind of fighting it off, and it's just gets a good chunk of your shoulder out. And then he's going to back up. About there. And as it sees you all kind of come up towards Anzu, it takes a couple of steps back. And now we have Diego.
Alright. Where's Nate? Or not Nate. Jaden.
He's
Are you looking at
far
the
ahead of
screen?
you.
I'm unable to see things.
About 20 feet ahead of you.
I'm gonna use healing word.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead and roll that. I believe it's a d4 plus your charisma modifier.
It's plus it's 5.
5. All right.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Anzu's up to 5 hit points. You can see the wound kind of
All right.
close. Oh man, click the wrong thing. Ooh. All right, and then well, ironically, next up is Anzu.
All right. I am Right, I am understandably pretty pissed, so I'm going to rush this cat and I'm going to take another stab at it.
All right, go for it.
23 to hit.
Yup.
8 piercing damage.
That's nice. All right.
And then unarmed strike. Ah, that misses.
You get a good slash at the neck area, and then it comes and kind of dodges under your punch. Starting to limp a little bit. And we have KorVot.
I'm gonna walk up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can reach that. And is it in pain or is it like pretty beefy?
It's not like last legs hurting, but it's definitely injured.
All right, we're just gonna try to stab it again.
Okay.
Does 22 hit?
No, actually, you fall off the mountain.
Okay,
yes,
good to know. All right, all right, we're going down the right path here. I get it. You take 18 damage.
Okay. That is a lot.
I'm sorry.
With a good slash at its
Jugular.
Sure. I was gonna go with the leg, but you know what? Jugular, sure.
I mean, I managed to get a slash at its neck.
Yeah, really. It opens its mouth to do the roar, the scream again, and it just kind of doesn't come out. And you can see the blood getting all over its fur. Now it's looking pretty hurt.
Does it have vocal cords?
Not anymore. No. Then we have Jack.
All right, Jack, you want to finish it off?
That's a 22 hit. All right. Guess you move up here. Go for it. Ooh, no, unfortunately it does not. As you're moving up, you kind of slip on a little bit of ice. It's pretty precarious up here. You don't want to take your time getting up, and unfortunately, you just kind of miss your opportunity to get the hit in. And now it's Kitty Cat's turn. Okay. What are you gonna do? Gonna try and move past Jack. It's gonna climb. It's got a climbing speed of 15.
Wait, out of range, don't we get opportunity attacks?
Yeah, so you guys would get opportunity attacks on it. It's gonna try and climb up there.
All right,
all three of you would if you want to.
All right, I'm gonna go for a firebolt.
Okay.
We have to go like a range attack, Brennan.
No, it moved out of your melee range.
Okay.
All right, 23 to hit.
That hits, yep.
I got a 9, so just Jaden can go.
Okay.
And then that's an extra 4 fire damage.
4 fire damage. All right. Throwing the longsword? I mean, sure, you can. Oh, well, I think you said 4 fire damage?
Yep.
Yeah, that finishes it off.
Oh, all right then. As I hit it with the firebolt, it falls off the mountain face and lands right in front of me. I grab it, and as I grab it and start to drag it across the ledge. As I'm grabbing it, you guys notice that frost is starting to form over its body, and then I just yank, and then I just with the really heavy yank, I toss it off the mountain.
Alright, nice. With that, we are out of initiative. all, all of a sudden, a cat just falls from the sky, lands right in front of Val and this.
Just chilling on the edge of the mountain.
Okay, so after you all just take a second and gather your composure again, Boy comes back from cowering a little bit behind Diego, and comes up to Garret, who is, I think, yeah, we ruled that Garret was like right there.
I'm going to get to repairing my bandages.
Okay.
Repairing the bandages on my arms.
Boy comes up to Garret and is just kind of nuzzling him up, and Garrett's just sitting there, resting. It's still bleeding pretty badly, and he is.
Can I like
just-
try to fix that?
Sure, you can make a medicine check for me.
All right, do 13.
13. All right. Your knowledge of Yeti inflicted wounds is limited, but you're able to kind of patch up the bleeding and get a good stopper on whatever is really slowing him down. He's kind of able to stand up with the help of like the cliff face. So, thank
Can I
you.
pick him up and put him on my shoulders?
Sure. As he kind of is standing up, he's like, "Oh, okay then."
Cut out the middleman.
Right, I think we need to head down. We'll only encounter more dangers like that if we keep going.
No, we have to go forward. My companions are still up there.
And you're bleeding on a freezing mountain. I was asked to find you. And I'm not going to fail that.
Is Jack's sword still flaming?
Yeah, I would say so.
I would like to nudge Jack and just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna cauterize his cut with your sword."
That's pretty
Fix a
interesting.
cut with a sword. Be undoing this.
No, fire creates scabs.
Jack, can
You
you
burned
roll?
Burn the wound.
Roll
What would you roll for this?
sleight of hand.
And you put it on top. You don't put it in the wound.
I don't know.
Like
I just want to
rest on
see
top
how
of-
steady he is.
Oh yeah. Just say what roll killed the dude. Yes, we fucking gut him on the side of a cliff. This goes wrong.
12? Okay. It's all right. You don't burn him badly or anything. You're able to cauterize the wounds. He's in pain, obviously. KorVot, you're just like bear hugging him still. Oh,
It's
all right.
it's freezing, and the reality is we can't save everyone here.
But your other tiefling friend. He said that he only found one of the bodies. I know that there's other people up there. I can tell you who they are, too. There's a Goliath. Looks just like you. And he kind of looks... He looks at you, KorVot, while you're just like bear hugging him. It looks just like you. Would you know him? His name is Growling Bear. He's from the Akhenathi tribe.
I don't say anything. I just have pure disgust on my face.
He was trying to find Oyer Minotok. Do you know Oyer Minotok?
I think I do. I have to pull
Yeah,
my
you
notes.
do.
Yeah, I think I do.
Do you know of her?
Know of her, indeed.
He was trying to find her and test his mettle against her.
Why?
For, the things that you all value: honor, glory, strength. You're not determined to help out a fellow Goliath in a quest like that?
They abandoned me a long time ago. How is this any different?
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know. You there, dwarf?
Yes.
Spoken like a drunk.
Do you like women?
Stupid question.
You like
Start
short
tying
women?
up rocks.
Alright, at this
Shorter
point,
than me
Anzu's
is
just
hard to
bang.
find.
At this point, Anzu's just banging his head against the cliff face.
He's like, why am I here?
There's a female halfling. She's a religious woman. She's up there on the mountain.
You religious? I don't know about that.
Is she a Lightfoot?
Yes, a Lightfoot halfling. Yeah.
Interesting.
None of you are interested in helping me find them.
Alright, you watch Anzu dig his hands into the face of the cliff and take out a rock. The rock begins to freeze over as it's in his hand, and he throws it as he screams in frustration. Ah, fine, we'll do it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Attaboy.
Thank you.
Oh.
I know I can't leave them behind. I took them up here, and I have to bring them back. Just the same way that Keegan told you to bring me back. I really thank you. I'll find some way to pay you back for this.
You can pay me back by
Money.
getting off this. You can pay me back by getting off this mountain with us alive.
Money.
It's just a few.
Pay the beer tab.
Pay the tab. It's just
It's way overdue.
a few more hours travel forward. It won't be so bad.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So, are you gonna keep holding him?
Is he stable to walk since we caught the wound?
If he's stable, he can walk himself.
Garret, can you walk? Are you strong enough to walk?
I think I can probably do it.
Yeah, then I put him the fuck down.
All right. And
Not
kinda,
killing him, just
Yeah, no. He kind of like braces himself up against the cliff wall for a second, and then he gets going, goes ahead of you and starts leading the way. Boy at his heels. All right. So after about an hour, you come to kind of the edge of this steady path that you've been following, and it becomes less of a path and more of a climb. So I'm gonna need a group's athletics check.
Here.
I can do that.
Roll for-
Possibly.
If you have climbing gear, you have advantage.
Oh,
I might have that.
I might have that as
No.
well.
21.
No, I
Right.
don't.
What advantage would it give? Like how much? Oh, just
12.
straight advantage.
Yeah, just straight advantage.
In a day.
I rolled a 20, like a non-natural 20,
Okay.
without climbing gear. So
12.
I'm getting at
Put your-
21.
put your results into chat.
21, 12, 20. Garret has 17.
Diego falls off the mountain.
Well, I mean,
When in Rome, am I right?
When in stupid mountain that we shouldn't be on
all right,
anyway.
that passes. That as a group. Yeah, so Garret has a bit of a rough time, and so does Diego and Jack. But Anzu and KorVot, you're able to kind of help your friends out a little bit, give them a good hand every once in a while.
Who would have thought?
So I need another one. You've made it about halfway up at this point. So give me another athletics check.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you hear Anzu making unintelligible chants, but you can tell he's praying, but it's in another language that you can't understand.
Prayers are always good.
And it sounds very exasperated.
Oof, Garret. How many levels of exhaustion does Garret already have?
Garret is currently dead.
Garret,
All right.
Garrett's not doing so well.
All right. Just because we gave him the, just because we saved him, doesn't mean he's gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fail from Garret. Okay. So as you're all climbing, you all manage pretty well. Jack's struggling a little bit, but he eventually catches up. Garret, however, as he's at the front and he's got Boy over his shoulders, kind of like a sheep. As he's climbing, you see him just slowly and slowly falling, and each of you, in turn, pass him. He's just falling behind until he reaches the top, and he just like flips over on his back, and it's just I can't make it any farther.
This whole
Alright, so-
operation was your idea, you twat.
So I do the most logical thing, and I take the dog off his hands and give it to our wise man, the dwarf over there, and I just throw Garret on my
wise
shoulders.
man.
So you
snap-
take the dog,
snap
and
my
I
fing-
just carry the man.
I
Wait.
snap my fingers to a spot right next to Garret, and a bonfire appears. Okay, warm yourself up and rest. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
And
Thank
if
you.
there are more cats, that sucks.
I should hope not. And he kind of takes from his bag. He's got a bow slung over his shoulder. He's like, "I'll try my best if there are."
You had a weapon this whole time.
Hey, I was bleeding out on the floor,
That's fair.
and I still am. All right. Did I switch the map? Everybody see that?
Yeah, it's fog
Yeah.
war, but
Oh, it's all fog. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Do the thing where people see. There we go.
Frustrating being down a healer.
Oh, I was about to say it's fine. We have Dominic, but he's playing at the war.
Hey, man. Keep insulting him.
Oh wait, no, you're a bard.
Yeah,
You have
he's-
spells.
And then
I blanked on the fact that he's a bard.
And then Bar-
My bad.
What was the
Barkeep-
question?
And then Barkeep no spare the dying.
It's true.
Turn right 13. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Take your time.
Get my stuff set up. And that's at 30. There we go. That should be all good now. Realize I'm not in the... that's alright. Okay. So, up ahead, just in front of you, is a 15-foot high, 10-foot wide cave mouth. There's blood on the snow some distance from the cave entrance.
I'm not sure how to react to this.
Well, we've got two options here: turn it around or go in. So
Well, we said we'd go in, and
Why did we
word,
say
and
that
one's
again?
word is sacred.
This
Let's
water's
press on.
sacred. That's stupid.
Still hear you, you know. No.
I don't care.
looking back at the guy bleeding out.
Just throw a rock at him, like a little rock at him.
Shut up.
I kick it out of the way.
Shut up.
Roasted
Stupid.
snowcat. All right.
Alright, let's press on.
Okay. Come to this small kind of crossroads here. So over here on your left, I'll just get it all there. Oh wait, I forgot about that. Is actually one big thing. So right in front of you is this.
I'll have my usual quesadillas with a churro. A churro. A churro.
So up ahead of you is this giant chasm that seems to just plummet into darkness. On the left is this sheet of ice, and on the right are these it's just normal like cave kind of structure. It's just like stone, small stone ramp.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which way should we go, everyone?
Y'all want to
Eeny,
walk
meeny,
on
miny,
ice
moe, catch a tiger,
or
catch
walk
a
up
tiger.
a cliff thing?
Anzu shows everyone the soles of his feet, and the crampons, which are now just completely soaked in snow and blood.
You have a crown?
I don't have a problem with ice. It's actually quite fun.
You're an intriguing
Okay,
little boy. Take that how you will.
I
And
guess
you
that's
and you
fine.
find human sacrifices an effective practice.
And?
Gotcha there.
And?
All right, who's going where?
All right.
I kind of want to go to the left.
All
Same
right.
here.
Are you wearing?
I'll do that
You're not
too.
wearing
I don't-
crampons, are you, KorVot?
What are
Yeah, I took crampons
What does that
instead
mean?
of the climbing gear.
All right. Okay, so
What
crampons are like those little spikes that go on the soles of your feet. They keep you from slipping on ice.
They look really cool too. I've looked them up on Google Images. They look so
Yeah.
cool.
Hold on.
You get a free
Crampons.
pair of them for just being in Icewind Dale. So if you have them
Yeah.
on your feet.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. You said in the beginning we got to get those or climbing gear, and most of us just took the crampons. I think.
no one asked me, but that's
Because
I'd
I
rather
have a
have
sneaking
the
suspicion you
crampons.
weren't
Yeah,
there.
okay.
A sneaking suspicion you weren't here with us, Dominic.
Yeah, last time we were talking about the climbing gear versus crampons thing.
Mhm.
But you get
So
free
now-
crampons from the start, like the very start.
And now with
of
the
campaign.
and now with
Nice.
the crampons, and because of the fact that I have a short sword in each hand, all my unarmed strikes are kicks, which now do slashing damage.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Interesting.
got him. Got him.
Okay.
All right, let's right.
Anyway,
Let's press on. Watch your feet. Watch your step.
Okay. Let's proceed forward carefully. Let me get the reveal.
and now we walk into a giant creature. Am I right?
I mean,
Oh joy!
I'm really wishing our healer didn't stay at the bottom of the mountain.
I feel underappreciated. I saved you.
I have one serious question though. What
You have
exactly
one?
are they doing at the bottom of the mountain?
Well,
Are they
Nisandal's-
playing
well,
cards?
Nothing.
Well, Nisandal's resting while I'm pretty sure Barkeep is traumatized.
sorry. We were roleplaying. It's okay, Nick. Soon they'll be off the
Okay.
mountain and you'll have purpose again. Okay. So you come to this small kind of like a little escarpment at the top of it. It's like a small cliff. And I believe, yeah, if you look further, you can see you're in sort of a bigger part of the cave.
No, good on us.
So at this point, it would be around there. Red suit is probably.
Hey, just a fair warning, everyone. I'm not doing so well. So if we run into anything else, I'll have to stay back and cover you from a distance.
All right.
Wait, say that again.
If we run into trouble, I'll have to stay back and cover you from a distance.
I mean, that's fine, but why is that?
He's borderline dead.
I see that. I see that. Forgot. Oh wait, no, I didn't because I saved you. That's underrated healer.
Diego's
Mildly
so petty.
underappreciated.
Mate, it's okay. We'll find a way.
Okay. Can I have whoever is leading make a perception check?
I'll lead just because Jaden's gonna get one shot.
Okay.
Passive perception or straight perception?
Just perception check.
All right. What is 19?
19. Okay. So as you kind of approach the edge of this small drop down, you can hear from a little further on in the cave. You don't have dark vision, so you can't see more than, well, you can't see.
I'm
But you
blind
can
as a
hear
bat.
further on in the cave, you can hear like high-pitched whimpering as well as like kind of like what would be like horses snorting.
Can I try looking? I have dark vision.
Yeah, if you were to get up to here, I think you can see. You would be able to see, I think about that
Oh
much.
dear. Yeti alert.
No cap. Oh, no cap.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, so you can just see the back of this large Yeti. This one doesn't appear to be doing anything. It's just sitting there, kind of. It's facing away from you at the moment, towards the other half of the cave.
Perhaps we should leave it be.
Perhaps we can get around from the other way. From the other way we came.
Give it a try. I don't feel like dying.
Where's your sense of revenge, laddie?
Why don't you go sacrifice some children? I don't
You know what? I will.
You were actually attacked by a Yeti, Diego.
want to hear it from you. I don't want to
You
deal
have,
with
like-
another Yeti.
Don't you have like PTSD or some shit?
Yes, I'm having a
Mild
issue
panic
right now.
attack.
I'm not having this right now. I want to hear your revenge plot. It's a monkey. It's a large monkey.
Monkey.
Motherfucker.
I've already started going back the way we came to go the other way.
I've just been yelling at Bradley.
We're just having a pissing
Like,
match.
you
Yeti.
shut up, you stupid monkey.
All right. And everyone's wearing crampons, so you can make it across easily. Diego PTSD arc, truly. So this little bit of kind of like a land bridge goes over into this small room filled with alcoves. On the floor, KorVot, a familiar sight to you. It is the dead body of a Goliath. Bits of flesh are still like clinging to his bones, but the head has been ripped off of its shoulders. And in one of the alcoves, you can actually see the head of this Goliath. Diego, as well, in another alcove, you can see, sadly, the decapitated head of your of your dwarf friend Ubak.
I don't like this either. I'm not happy, not having fun.
From your previous job. And there's about 5 other heads that you guys
Gonna
just
roll
don't
to
recognize.
Does it look like these
I got
are
a
like?
nat on my happiness check.
Are these like fresh bodies? Like these could definitely be this guy's friends.
The Goliath is. The dwarf, not so much. Actually, Diego, can you roll me a sanity check really quickly?
You son of a bitch! I knew that was coming.
I'm good.
Don't you have like minus?
Oh, not 20. I'm completely sane.
you stare at Ubok's face, and you're just like,
I didn't
you know,
like
I never
you
really liked you
anyway.
that much anyway.
you piece of human shit.
I should have had this giant ogre behind me sacrifice you, the ugly whore.
I just look back at you like rude. Fucking rude.
So as well as the
Well,
Goliath
understood.
bones, there's also bits of like torn hide armor. There's a couple of weapons on the floor, skulls, bones. The bones
Seamus
and the
won't say it.
carcasses.
Can we loot it?
You could try, yeah.
Thank you.
The carcasses and stuff look to be from like mountain goats to other humanoids, a whole range of things.
I'd like to ask the amazing question of: is there any identifying like things like a plaque or something that we could give to the Garret outside?
Yes, the Goliath makes his own plaques.
No, like if they're like name tags or like an engraved sword or something like that. Like just searching around the bones of this guy or girl.
Growling
Yeah,
Bear,
you'd have to sleep on it.
the Goliath, does have like a small belt around the remains of his body, full of like, you recognize them as like tribal totems and stuff like that.
Can I swipe that for the sheer fact of maybe Garret outside? Like,
Yeah.
It seems there's nothing in this place but a Yeti and death.
Well, there's still the halfling, who you have not come across in either a body or person yet.
Why do we get the feeling we're being railroaded into a boss fight we're not ready for?
Whoa,
because
no,
we
I would
are,
never
and
railroad. No.
And on that note, I walk forward.
Okay.
This is definitely a loop. This definitely connects over to this Yeti.
Yeah.
Like,
Why would we want to go further then?
I refuse to believe that this isn't a
God.
step.
We're gonna get railed.
We're gonna get dick down in Dallas.
It's gonna be so uncomfortable.
Is anybody with dark vision walking up with KorVot?
I am.
No.
Am I going in blind?
I'm gonna stay really far behind.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay really far behind.
Like
Okay.
around where Anzu is. Because
Alright.
I don't want
So
to
Anzu,
get
as you
Yeti.
turn the corner, you see a rather humorous sight, actually. There's this a much smaller Yeti with less grown in fur, and it is playing with this halfling woman dressed in cold weather gear, who is curled up in the fetal position, and the Yeti tyke is just knocking her around like a ball.
A Glock in my pocket. And
Every time that she gets knocked around, she lets out a little like whimper.
Oh, so she's not dead.
I'd like to decapitate a bitch. Thank you. Not the halfling. I'd just like to make that.
We're not ready to go into this fight.
When are we ever ready?
What if we got her and ran away?
Hold up. Do we have any?
Oh,
do we have any?
I have an idea. Wait a second. I have an idea.
I did heal you both. Oh no, I didn't heal you, but you don't get anything. You got healed. Sorry.
All right. I have a plan. I'm going to try to divert the attention of the Yetis away, so then you guys can sneak in, grab the halfling, and we can get out of here. So all the way back on the other side of the cave, over by where the drop off slope was.
Mhm.
I'm going to make this weird sound that would definitely catch the attention of the Yetis.
All right. See this.
And I should mention that I'm hiding.
All right, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
All right, stealth. Damn it, 10.
10. All right. The sound kind of echoes off the wall, and you guys hear your cue. The little Yeti kind of looks up from playing with the halfling for a second, and you can see kind of fear go over its eyes, and it kind of goes over towards its mother, leaving the halfling behind, and kind of curls up in her lap. And, she's just kind of stroking the top of its head. And she's looking around, trying to find the source of the noise, so she's going to try and find you. And that's going to be an 11 perception. Ooh, just over your stealth. So she's looking around and she sees like the top of your horns over the little drop off, and she stands up and kind of keeps her little tyke by her knees. It's got a hand over his head, and she stands up and makes herself big, kind of like a bear, and she just lets out this roar in your direction, not coming towards you or attacking you, but just trying to frighten you off, it seems, in order to protect her cub.
Yeah, I do back off.
Okay. Everyone else?
Where exactly is the half?
I should be right here where the type was.
Okay, can I, like, throw her a rope?
A rope. Yeah, sure.
Alright, I'd like to throw her a rope and have her grab it and just yank her back.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? You're super strong. I'm not gonna have you roll for it.
I was like,
You'll just
I
succeed.
can roll for it, but I have like what's something.
Are Yeti and Yeti Jr. gonna follow her?
It's possible.
Seems to
Actually,
be
yeah. Roll it.
distracted.
Wait, instead of a
What
strength
if I
check, you
distract
can roll
them
a
with
roll, like, stealth?
Yeah.
Wait,
You're right.
distracted.
Oh,
They're
fuck.
distracted. Shouldn't it be at advantage too?
Yeah, because they are distracted.
Wait. It's advantage. Wait, hold
Yes, you have
on.
advantage on the stealth check.
Does
So I'm
danger
assuming you
sense-
don't want them to.
Yeah, preferably not.
A danger
Right.
sense is just like traps and stuff. I'm pretty sure.
You have an advantage on dex saving against. Yeah. All right, so just stealth. You said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Stealth.
What is 15?
Okay, you're able to pull it off. Slowly, you drag the halfling, who's just like clinging onto the rope for dear life, over towards you, and she just, as you get her within like 5 feet of you and right up to you, she's like, "Thank you so much. Let's leave."
Right. Let's run like hell.
And she starts like
Out
limping
the window.
forward.
Stealth, just full sprint, but I want to investigate this.
Fucking run!
I want to go up there so.
No, it's just you just whisper. Run.
Alright, and as you make it outside, for a little farther off, the bonfire and Garret seem to be intact.
Dang
And
it.
he sees the halfling, and
Piece of shit.
and they both just kind of embrace each other. It's like, oh, I'm glad that you made it out. Where's Growling Bear?
I just hand him the satchel.
Oh, that's sad. Goliath, what's your name?
KorVot.
Do you have a tribal nickname that you go by?
None that was given.
I see. I'm not sure which of the tribes you hail from, if it was Akhenathi or not. But I'm sure that his tribe would be happy to have this back, if you would ever be visiting there. I know that I won't for some time. I assume you know where it is?
Sadly, yes, I do. I just like take it back from him.
I'd be happy if you returned it to them at some point. And I'm sure they would be too.
How much of a slope is there to the? Wait, Brendan. How much of a slope is there to the mountain?
You do have to climb back to towards the top here is like the steeper bit where there's not so much like a path or a slope. It's more like sheer rocks.
So we can't ski
towards the bottom,
down.
it becomes less of a slope.
Yeah, less of a slope and more of like a cliff kind of deal.
Great.
All right, so I turn to everyone else and they say, "Well, I think we should get out of here before we have an angry Yeti on our tails."
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
Did you see all three of them in there?
Three?
Chris?
Yeah, there were two.
I think we should leave quickly.
Two. Was it two big ones?
Leave.
No, it was a big and a small one. Is that bad? It sounds bad. I'm unsettled by this news.
Well, yeah, let's leave. Let's do that.
I think we should do that quickly.
All right, so instead of climbing, I'm going to stick one of my swords into the cliff face and slide down.
All right.
I'm gonna jump down and use Featherfall.
I believe you can include other people in Featherfall.
I will include everyone I can in that.
Let me see.
I don't know how many, and if not, Garret can stay behind because he's a whacker.
We lost him too. We came back with just the fucking midget.
Yeah, because the halfling's kind of cute. You know.
Featherfall. Spells. I think if you click on the spell, it tells you what it does. 5. Right. Up to 5 falling creatures.
Okay, I can carry everyone except for Jaden if he wants to do his Tom Cruise shit. Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to do my sword slide.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
Alright, acrobatics.
And everyone else can featherfall.
I got a 15.
15? Okay, yeah. You're able to do it with relative success. It's a little bumpy at times.
Backflip.
You get back towards like the path part of the mountain where the avalanche previously was, and you're all able to.
And I'm going to slide down. I'm going to slide down that hill.
All right, and you're all able to over the course of maybe an hour or two following the trail down, safely arrive at the bottom, meet up with Val and Nis, and now I guess you've got to find your way back to Targos. Going
down the mountain is a lot more fun than going up.
Garret just looks at you. He's like, "I'll say so."
I'm glad we didn't run into that Yeti.
You see, Anzo's just shaking with excitement and adrenaline. I never tried that sword sliding technique thing, but I'm surprised it worked for the first time. Usually none of my stunts work the first time. It takes a lot of practice for me to get them to work.
So you're saying your first try doing something, you decided to slide down a mountain?
Yeah.
Cool. Just checking.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Whatever.
I've done other things like hanging upside down on a tree branch by my tail, running across rooftops.
You do understand the difference between tree and a mountain, though, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Checking again. Whatever. It's fine.
You sound like the overly cautious type.
Perhaps. I mean, our group currently consists of someone who makes child sacrifices and you who jumped off a mountain. I feel like I'm just filling a need.
Wait a second, is that a liar? Is that a loot on you?
electric
Are you a
guitar.
musician of? Are you a musician of sorts?
Yes, I am.
Then Onzu just claps his hands together. I have an idea. Once we get back to Targos, we'll go to the nearest tavern and we can put on a show.
Yeah, we'll start a band. Be great. Child killer, you want to be in our band? Do you sing? I bet you sing.
Child killer. It's not specifically children. I guess it could be a kid, but
I find that it probably is. I just feel like the few children outweigh the adults. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. The few children do outweigh all of the adults.
the
Yeah,
bard, the
they don't-
child, and the child killer. Oh.
One of them's always in danger.
Garrett's just like, are you like safe?
I don't suppose the child
Depends
is.
on what your definition of safe is.
One of them makes human sacrifices and the other jumped off a mountain. I don't think they're quite safe. And I started a very risky music career, so that's another brand of danger. Financial crisis, you know.
Anzu looks at his bandaged hands. Given what I am, I'm never safe.
I can understand that. I just want to make sure we don't, we aren't sacrificed before we get back to Targos.
You just see KorVot like do a really big smile, like standing behind him.
He's right behind you.
Let's get moving.
Are we going to camp overnight? Or are we going to just go through it?
Sure.
An overnight camp would prove beneficial to getting everyone rested up and recovered.
We're very close to the Dwarven Valley. Dwarf, I'm not sure of your relations, but if you know anyone, or you've got a home, you could drop us off there for the night, maybe.
I feel like someone's hinting something at me. I can't quite tell. You could try to get there.
If you've got connections.
I may. Perhaps.
I'd rather take a maybe than any more crag cats.
I'd hope so. We'd use you as a meat shield next.
I don't feel very safe traveling with you.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't feel safe at all.
Diego, what's wrong with you? This man is our target, our mission.
It's also the cat's target.
Our goal was to get him back to Targos alive.
Halfling takes
alive. Back.
Yeah, could be in a few pieces.
Well, I have a preference for bringing people back alive.
Maybe I also have a preference. No, okay, he'll be fine. Probably.
Let's just see if we can get some shelter. Alright, so can I have whoever's... we usually have Ryan as a designated navigator, but if anybody else wants to try their hand at it.
I'll navigate.
Alright, so go ahead and make a survival check.
Anyone else?
19.
19, alright. So you're able to make it into the entrance to the valley easily, navigating through the snow and the paths. Diego, this is a familiar place for you. You traveled to it getting to the mountain, but it's always nostalgic to be back in any kind of place that you recognize.
Any maps?
I don't have a map. I have the world map, but I don't have a specific map of it. So Diego, you know that there are like relatively well hidden entrances to like the Dwarven kingdom around. There's a few like small mining operations where people live every once in a while, but the main base is like keeping a real big secret. So wherever you want to find shelter is up to you.
All right, Diego, this is familiar territory for you. I say you take the lead.
Shit. Okay. Find an inn for the night, I guess. I don't know. It's been a while, I guess.
All right. So make a history check for me.
Thank you. 16.
All right. Relatively close by is a small iron mine. It has a workable inn kind of situation going where travelers can kind of pass through and keep themselves safe for the night.
Do I know anybody there?
You might know the owner if you've worked a few gigs there. I would say you probably have.
Okay. So we'll go there. Be fine, probably.
All right. So after not very long, maybe an hour at the most, you're led to this small dark cave. Diego's just standing at the edge of it, and you're all kind of wondering are you just leading us into a similar situation we had with the Yetis? But as you walk a little deeper in, further off, you can see some light. And there's a small little underground kind of village situation. There's a smith, and off to the left you can see the inn. I can't remember what it's called.
White Ladies in East Haven.
Yeah, but this is not East Haven.
I know. I don't know what's this one.
I feel like it's... Nah, whatever. There's an inn. That's all that matters. And then further on are the entrances to the mines, the wooden elevators and such that go down, and the rickety scaffolding. But as you walk into the inn, it's not very lively. There's not much going on. Only a few dwarves there. And behind the bar, Diego is the man you recognize. He's doing dishes and trying to serve drinks. And as you walk in, it's Diego.
Hey.
What are you doing back here?
You know, fell off a mountain, fought some cats. We have this guy that kind of injured, used some help, place to stay, all that. Yeah.
You've brought...
Run away back to Targos, and we need a place to stay tonight.
That's what I meant to say. Yep.
Ah.
In so many words.
I see you've brought tall folk.
Well, they're somewhat taller than average, I suppose. And that huge one, that he's
Anzu just
very
glares
tall.
at Diego.
And Jack, and okay, so they're all tall. They're all very tall. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, I did that.
We're not supposed to reveal our operations very much. There's lots of things going on with the Dwergar.
Yeah, but they're cool. They're fine.
Well, if you say so.
Desperate times.
Have you got the coin to pay for the night?
Do I have the coin to pay for tonight?
Yeah, you probably do.
Cool. Yeah, I do have it. Yep. Yeah.
Diego, you put me in a hard position. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
$17.
17. But you're an old friend.
Thank you.
Just pay me 3 gold for all the rooms and be gone in the morning.
We'll try.
It's good to see you again.
You too. Better circumstances next time, I hope.
Yeah, me too. Stay safe out there. And so everybody gains the benefits of a long rest. Well earned, well earned.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, Nisando, you
Oh.
actually sleep, okay. I'm gonna roll.
I guess we all do. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's been making it a point to avoid it. Let me see.
Oh, bell, 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 bell.
I skipped like 3 long rests sometime. I rolled this. One. Okay. Nisando, thankfully for you, actually, your sleep is peaceful. No dreams, no messages. You're just glad you finally get a nice rest in without having to worry about any of it. No, Ohio. And so in the morning, you all wake up. It's a good day to do some walking in the snow. So can I
Right.
have my navigator roll a survival check?
Okay. 21.
21. Easy. You've got a pretty good memory. You know, you do some studying every once in a while. And you're able to lead everyone back to Targos just in under a couple of hours. So you walk in through the gates. Boy and Garret kind of take a... they get a good pep in their step as they kind of walk towards Keegan's and his residence. The halfling woman, it seems as if she is on her way towards the Luskan Arms, which is the inn that you all stayed in. And so Keegan and not Keegan, sorry, Garret and Boy are on their way back to Keegan. So anybody wants to follow them can do that.
I will.
Okay. So they go back towards the kind of the more residential areas of Targos, and open up the door. No knocking, no anything. Boy barks just hysterically as Keegan and Garret just get a good long embrace. I thought you died. I thought I did too. If it wasn't for these fine fellows here, thank you for sending them after me. And Keegan goes over into a small drawer in the desk nearby, and he pulls out a small pouch and begins digging through it. I told you I couldn't really pay you very well, but this is what I've got. And he
No, I can't take this.
No.
I'll take it.
No, really. I have sworn an oath to poverty.
Oh, but it's not. And as you see him pull this thing out of the pouch, you see it's a handful of little carved statues of animals made out of like ivory. So there's a whale, a fox, a pair of dancing hares, and there's this walrus, which is the biggest of the pieces, with the words "Big Love" carved into it. A couple of my works. You might be able to sell them somewhere for I'm not sure, but it's all I've really got to give you in return.
These are more than enough.
Thank you very much for bringing my husband back to me.
Don't mention it.
So you can distribute those as you will.
I'll hold on to the fox one.
What were the other options?
There's a whale, there's a fox, a pair of rabbits, and a walrus with big love carved into the side.
Which one did Anzu take again?
I
The
took the
foxes.
fox one.
I want the whale one. I like the whale.
I'll take the goddamn walrus.
Big
KorVot
love, am I
and
right?
big love, and Nissando's got the rabbits. All right. Jack is upset.
Jack is pissy now.
Wait, I didn't even see the chow.
You can split the rabbits in half. It's like Solomon and the baby.
You have 2 rabbits. You can just just cut the baby in half, like Bradley does on alternate Wednesdays.
Jack a rabbit. Okay. All right.
Thank you, bellboy. What's it to you, weather boy?
And so, your business with Keegan is presumably finished, and Keegan and Garret and Boy the dog. Poor Boy. And as you all kind of walk out, Boy gives you all a good nuzzle against the legs. And you're all left in the streets of Targos. What is it you want to get up to now?
All right, Diego. Go with it. All right, Diego. Go with me to the Luskan Arms.
Sure.
All right.
That's cool.
Let's walk into the Luskan Arms. It's about midday now. You've gone back towards the end of twilight. It's all right. A couple of people there, and a man behind the counter.
Right. So first, I'm just going to stack a thaumaturgy on Diego's instrument to make it sound better than it really does.
That kind of hurts my feelings. You think it
And then-
already doesn't sound great? You whore.
And then I'm going to strum my lyre to try to get the attention of the people.
All right. Have you both roll a performance check?
All right.
I'll do that.
19.
19.
I
18.
put a thaumaturgy on yours, so yours should have advantage.
Sure.
Great.
I'll allow it.
18 again. I rolled 18 twice, actually, so that's fine.
It is a solid
It's-
performance. Diego, you haven't performed in a while, but man, it feels good. Anzu, it is a lively time. You haven't played music with somebody else in a while since
Hey,
you've
Jaden,
been
what song
taught.
are we playing?
Yeah, what song are you playing? If you got one in mind. Well, Diego, you know one about you would know one about Targos. There's a little song. It's actually the name of the general store.
Not getting the hint.
Triglio.
Triglio.
Thank you. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, I'm not good with maps. Sure, that's fine.
It's so it's a song that the fishers of Targos sing when they're hard at work. It's kind of like a sea shanty, a little bit. It goes Triglio lads, and hoist up the line, Triglio lads, and bring yon fishers in. Over and over again. To keep playing it, it's good. It gets a couple of people in the crowd going, and actually, a couple of people tip you. You get about 6 silver out of the performance.
Nice.
And then once we're done, I say, ladies and gentlemen, Diego Oda.
And Onzu, whose last name I do not know.
Whose last name I do not know.
I don't think you.
There's scattered applause. The guy behind the bar, who is this like balding man with this really like big bags under his eyes, gives like slow claps. But everyone else seems pretty genuinely enthused. It was nice to have some kind of uplifting moment in their day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
everybody else? What's everybody else up to?
I just not there. Just
Where
walk
are
outside.
you?
Just go walk through the town or
Just walking
dwarven
around.
village thing.
Oh, now
I
you're
thought-
back in
I thought
Targos.
you'd-
Yeah, I walk around the town.
Anything in
I thought
particular?
you'd be talking to the speaker.
Just walk.
Okay. Reflection.
Yeah, really.
It's important. I think your short-term madness has worn off. By the way,
Who, mine?
as a note, yeah.
Yeah. Killed one person and went mildly insane.
It's fine. Can you roll me a perception check as you walk around?
Sure. That's a whopping 8.
Okay.
I
You're
see
walking
snow.
around. It's getting a little dark. You know, your eyes aren't accustomed to it. Strangely enough, I feel like Goliath should have dark vision. But oh well, that's another thing. As you're walking around, you kind of taking a look at the alleys and back streets and such, and through the dark. Every once in a while, you catch a glimpse of these 2 bright, glowing orbs at about eye level, and then after a while, you just don't see them anymore.
Can I walk to the last time I saw one of them? Try to double back.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
I don't know what that modifier is.
Intelligence.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
No.
12.
All right. The last place you saw him, you come and you bend down. It's a couple of boot prints in the snow. Strangely enough, they've got blood and dirt inside, like the little crevices.
Is it tracked?
Yeah,
Like a track?
they would lead somewhere.
Can I follow them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. After a while, eventually you follow them to outside of the town if you want to go out, or lead through the gate.
I feel like this is a fucking trap. But knowing me, let's take a journey outside.
Exactly. Where's your sense of adventure?
Okay.
Exactly.
So they lead you a little bit down the trail to Bryn Shander, but stop at about that crossroads there, and a little bit off to the left of the trail is a figure. You can't quite see it. It's dark, just a little bit of twilight leaking through the sky. See just the silhouette.
I did the most natural thing possible and shout, "Heidi ho!" and walk towards it.
Heidi ho.
Heidi ho.
Heidi ho!
As you walk towards
How
it,
did you get?
the blue light comes back at the eye level. And then from where you imagine their hands are, comes this shining blue, whitish blade. It looks like it's made out of ice. As you walk up, the light from the blade kind of reveals the face. You see around his neck is this giant gash.
Oh no.
I thought
did
you could
you
get rid
do?
of me that easy.
Dear God, what did you do? Oh my God. Ah,
Don't take this the wrong way, my friends,
Listen.
or whatever the fuck you are. I've killed and attempted to kill many, many people in my many of years of life. So,
Including women and children.
yeah, especially them. So, can you fill in the gap for me here?
Well, you killed me.
That doesn't narrow it down anymore, my friend.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Down.
Just a few days ago, in the middle of the street, in Bryn
Oh,
Shander.
that was you. Sorry about that.
Go ahead and make a general charisma check.
I don't
Like-
think
Like
Bradley
saving
is
throw or
Just a
No,
check.
just a check.
Just a-
okay,
That's what it is.
straight charisma.
Just want to see.
That's a nat
how
20.
you're- Nat 20.
That's
Okay.
a nat 20.
You were genuinely just
Oh.
doing a great job, like upholding banter with this literally this undead person that you had killed. He's
Yeah.
like, you can see frustration, like visible frustration on his face. You killed me
what the-
in the streets.
Would you have preferred me kill you in the sheets?
I would have rather. I would have rather died in a fight.
Well, if you want to fight, my friend, you can have a fight.
Oh,
But
I
I'm
don't
telling
intend
you,
to fight you
you
here.
won't win.
I don't intend to fight you here. No, I'd rather
Where do you
you.
want-
I'd rather you go on and live your life. And just know that at any point, I could be around the corner just waiting.
Bradley, you should just cut his head off.
Stick.
I just want to cut him off. I just want to immediately throw the fucking hand axe Seamus gave me.
Okay. Roll it attack.
Bradley, sex. Oh.
Sorry, I'm trying to do math. I'm being slow.
No, you're good. You're good.
14.
I'm trying to find his stat block.
You're good.
Gonna redo
That
that
hits.
math
That hits.
check.
All right. What is the hand axe damage? I'll sweat the game. It's that. All right. 8.
8. All right. You just, as he's speaking, like this really charismatic, like he's trying to be as intimidating as possible. You just chuck the hand axe into his shoulder, and it just sticks there until you recall it back. But for the moment that it sticks there, he just looks at you and smiles. You can see like grave dirt and blood like all over his face and his throat. Now that you've killed me, it'll be a lot harder to do it again. As you recall the axe.
I'd like to take a few steps closer to him and then just whisper something in his ear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure you know I can whisper. I don't really want to say it out loud.
Sure.
Just say it.
You're gonna
No,
say the
no, no, no.
N-word,
I like-
think it's
no.
really distasteful.
Why would I say that, Dominic?
I don't know, Bradley.
I think there's a
You
whisper
just seem
coming
to
in.
be on the end.
Yeah, there is. I'm just typing it. I'm just struggling to.
All right.
Is it because you can't spell?
No, I'm typing it slowly.
It's dramatic.
Don't worry, Bradley. I'm a slow typer as well.
I misspelled that word. God damn it.
Interesting spelling.
Is it love?
Anyway,
Possibly.
as you whisper it in his ear and you kind of back up, he like the grin only intensifies. That should make this rivalry much more interesting.
Oh,
And
it
he-
shall, my dear friend. It shall.
And he just sinks into the snow and is gone.
I'm gonna agree with Christina. The sexual tension in this scene was incredible.
I walk back to town like nothing happened.
All right. Anybody else have anything they'd like to do?
I
Not
imagine
sure.
this whole time I've been playing Johnny Be Good in the background by Chuck Berry at the tavern, and that is all. Thank you.
All right.
With a
I've
country
left
style.
Yeah.
I've left Diego to it now that I've gotten him into the rhythm of performance.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be. Is there any way that I could basically train or practice my skills?
Yeah. Let me see.
I could. Hmm.
Oh, what specifically? Just practicing like martial arts.
Anything from martial arts to running across the rooftops.
Yeah, you can definitely just roll me like an athletics check.
All right.
See how fruitful your efforts are.
21.
21. Yeah, it's a great training. Going across the roofs, just going out and doing a bit of everything out in the streets. It's fairly empty around this time, so you don't have to worry about anybody looking at you weird or anything. But you come back to the tavern after a while, and even though it's freezing outside, you still got a bit of a sweat going on. You're kind of out of
Yep.
breath, and it's just that good feeling of like a nice workout.
Yep. Or as I call it, runner's high.
Yeah, runner's high. That's a good way to describe it. All right. Anybody else? You're staring at the snow like a freak. Okay.
Christina's typing, so.
Just enjoying the music. It's just a nice time. All right. And so at the close of your day, you all have a nice another long rest, and in the morning, you're left with the decision of what to do next. So you come down for kind of a breakfast meeting.
I'm not sure what to do next.
Val kind of pipes in. There was that monster, the lake monster in Bremen. Or I've heard that there's a bit of an infestation in a mine in Tourmaline.
Which one's closer, Bremen or Tourmaline?
Let me pull up the map. There it is.
Bremen is closer.
Bremen is technically closer, but I remember now. Bremen has no like paths to it. Like the snow has obliterated paths, so you have to like cross a frozen river.
We're up here, correct?
You're at Targos, just below that.
Oh, okay. We're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I say we go for Bremen.
I like that idea.
Does anyone know how to use a fucking boat?
It's nice helping all the people of 10 towns out.
I agree. It's good to do good. Yeah.
Well, it's good to have something to do.
That's also true. All right. Heading out to Bremen. Everybody's all good with their business in Targos at the moment. All right. So I need a survival check from my navigator.
All right. That was stealth.
Do I have Bremen?
This time only 7.
7. All right. Bremen. Sorry, I didn't put the Bremen map in. Yep. There. So with the 7, so the journey to the edge of the river is all right, but getting across it is the really rough bit. Trying to determine where there's stable ice to stand on, or where there's or where you're going to fall in is really the rough bit. You do all right for a little bit, but as you're leading everyone, kind of get to a less stable patch of ice. Can I have you make a dexterity saving throw?
Oh joy!
Do the crampons change anything?
No, because it's like falling in like ice. Just Anzu, because he's leading.
13.
13. All right, you're able to avoid it. Get your foot off the fragile ice before you plummet in. So have you make one more survival check before arriving.
All right, one more survival check.
And everyone else is able
7
to
again.
follow in his footsteps. Okay, 7 again. Let's see. So the rest of the journey across the river is as precarious. Again, a little bit of. So this time I would like everyone to roll the dexterity saving throw.
Can I use
8.
danger sense on that?
Yeah, I think you'd be able to.
Well, not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. It's on, and these are saving throws, correct?
Yeah.
For Dex, and yeah, I can. Oh.
Yes, everybody.
What is 10?
Not good.
I hate Dex. Just let me get to level 6, please.
6? You want 6?
I want level 6. I want to be able to be Jesus.
Oh, the walk on ice thing.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
What are we doing?
A dex save.
Okay.
Dex is my forte. It would appear so.
Dex is my villain. I'm a barbarian.
I'm a barbarian.
Dirty.
Yeah, that's not how you. That's not how you spell forte.
That's how I spell forte.
I think it was meant as
Sadly, you can't spell.
I can't spell.
What's the dex, Dom?
Oh, dirty 20.
All right. So, Anzu and KorVot. Since you two are up kind of towards the front, Anzu, you're like testing the ice every once in a while, trying to get everyone a safe path across. And unfortunately, you misstep and you fall in, and KorVot being pretty heavy right behind him, you as well fall into the water. It is freezing, it is frigid, so I need you guys to make constitution saves. You have advantage, Bradley, because you are resistant to cold.
Yay! What exactly are we rolling?
Constitution saves.
Con. Okay. PogChamp.
Yeah, friggin' barbarian. So
Yeah,
everybody
that's
else you're watching as like the two leading members of your group just like fall into the ice.
8.
18.
All right, 18. All right, so Anzu, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. So what's everybody doing as they fall in?
Try to pull them out, I guess. Be smart.
I shall
I
walk.
don't know if I'm strong enough for huge one. I'll go for Jaden.
All right, go ahead and roll me a strength check really quick.
Uh, 15.
15. All right. Yeah, you're able to kind of. It's a little bit of a struggle. He's quite bigger than you in size wise, but your strength is enough to kind of get him to the edge of the stable ice to where he can kind of pull himself out. So Anzu, you're all right. But
Alright.
and KorVot, you're just like chilling, literally chilling.
Alright, so does that mean KorVot is able to get himself out?
He could
Or-
probably. I mean, he could probably if he wants, or somebody could help him, whatever he wants.
Let me just check my equipment.
Let's roll a strength
don't
check.
have rope.
Can I just strength check and drag myself out of the ice?
Yeah, but it's disadvantage.
Okay, I'll roll twice. 13. The base strength. Yeah, I got a 5, so I fall back in.
5. All right, so you're just
Yeah, I'm gonna-
struggling. Although you are acclimated to the cold, the freezing water is a different kind. It's a different level of cold, and your muscles are kind of seizing up, and you're just like, ah,
I'm gonna try to help KorVot out.
slowly sinking further into the water. All right, so go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Alright, strength.
With disadvantage because you took the level of exhaustion
Alright.
from being in the water.
Damn it, 5.
Yeah,
It was going to
as
be a
you-
17, but then it was.
as you go and reach your hand into the water, the shock and kind of the the slipperiness of it all, just out of reach, KorVot's hand is like sinking. You're not able to reach it in time.
I'm going to use my tail then.
All right, a Jack comes up beside you with a 19. Oh, okay. So just as you go ahead and stick your tail in, Jack kind of belly flops on the ice beside you, and reaches his hand in deep into the water. And KorVot, you feel this grip on your hand, and you're able to kind of pull yourself as well as being pulled. And eventually, you do grab hold of Anzu's tail, and with Jack's help, you're able to pull yourself up out. Feeling very, very cold. Can I give a blanket to KorVot? I have one for some reason. Yeah, you can give a blanket. All right. And with that, avoiding any other ill circumstances, you're able to get to the other side of the bank, over to Bremen. Let me see. Can I... Bremen bits out.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have to leave at like 5:30 today. I don't know if we'll be.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
I think we've done a lot today
Yeah.
for a session. Yeah. I mean, even getting to Bremen could be a comfortable stopping point if you guys are all right with that.
Yeah, I think getting to Bremen would be a comfortable stopping point.
All right.
Yeah, because we didn't do too much, but we did enough to say that
Yeah.
we didn't
Yeah.
just sit around on our asses.
So we've just gotten to Bremen, and we can pick up there next time if that's all right.
We can ignore the falling in the river conversation.
No
I'll be
one
bringing that
tell
up
them.
every other time that means.
Cross.
I'm going to let you die.
We can do the Bremen quest next time.
Mhm.
All right. Awesome. I'm going to stop.